There's been a lot of stuff in the media about women can't find real men. And it's about why men can't do this and they can't do that, and why they're no longer real men and they can't keep up with women. You know what? We're going to talk about why that is. It's because all the men are now sedated. And what do I mean by sedated? There was a report that 68% of Christian men are addicted to porn. I don't know why they studied Christian men alone, but that report must have been focusing in on asking Christian men for some reason. But it was 68% are addicted to porn. Now imagine that, right? Guys are no longer looking for a wife, no longer looking to start a family, because all their needs are met just through a device and addiction to porn. Next, because they're not looking for a wife or a partner, they're not interested in leveling up, doing anything at all. So basically, right, they're watching porn, staying at home, playing on their Xbox, whatever else they're playing on, right? And they are also doing two other things. Number one is they're getting welfare or some kind of income, and they don't have to worry about earning money. And number two, they can get an app out now, press a button, and pizza arrives at the door. So then, the thing of 𝔻𝕠𝕟'𝕻, that's gone as well. Men do not have to go out and hunt because the welfare state is looking after people, and they can press a button and all of these things just arrive at their house. 20 years ago, before all of these apps and things like that, even if you were on some kind of welfare or you had money, unless you were extremely rich, you would still have to go out of that door and to the shops and get your stuff, right? And I don't know how long porn's been around in this form, but even before computers and that, right? If there was no porn and you wanted to start a family, or there was the inner man thing of breeding and having children and any of that satisfying your urges or needs, what would happen is men would have to leave the house. Now, guys are sedated, they can stay at home, eat all day, play computer games all day, watch porn, and that's it. That's why there's probably no real men. We need to get young men and men, older men, and all of these out of this habit. People need to stop watching porn. They need to get out and about, and that's when there'll be real men again. That's why I believe there's probably not that many, or there's less real men now, because they're allowed to sit at home, do whatever they want, and they just provided everything on a platter. And it's like the powers that be are trying to keep them that way, instead of saying, look, get out and about, do something. And then obviously women are going to say, oh, there's no real men, because they're looking for, not always, women are looking for somebody who can look after them, protect them. You get the outlier ladies who are want to be independent and go and work for themselves and don't want a family and all of that. But if you look at the studies later on, women, as they age, over 28, they want to start a family of some kind. They want to be the housemaker, homemaker, or whatever you want to call them. And then you know what? They can't usually do that by themselves. They have to have a partner. And even in this day and age, if a woman had a female partner and they adopted or did surrogate or whatever they can do to get children, they would still need another person that needs to fulfill that role of go out there and provide. And that's why there's less real men in the world. And you know what else is involved in this? Instant gratification. You're not having to work to get what you want, and it doesn't feel as good. There's nothing better than achieving something and then getting something at the end of it. And in my life, I've achieved a lot of things, and I think there's more enjoyment in going after the goal, working towards it, than actually getting it. But probably I had more enjoyment out of the journey to making money than when I actually ended up with loads of money and I could do whatever I want and do with that money whatever I wanted. The journey was so exciting. Okay, we're doing this, we're doing that, this has gone wrong, let's solve it. Yeah, there was stress with it. And you know what, don't get me wrong, anything you do is going to cause you stress, especially if it's something that makes you grow. So, when you're in pain, guys, you're always growing. Like when you're at the gym, you're in pain, you're growing. When you're running a business, you're in pain, you're growing. When you're learning something and somebody's saying, oh, that was wrong, you're in pain, right? Because they just told me off for having that wrong. But you're growing because you're going to be I'm going to find out what that is. And that's true for everything in life. We need more real men, and women want more real men, because at the minute it looks like all the women are chasing about 20% of all the men in the world. I know it's really unfair, right? But why can't we have more of you guys move into that 20% bracket where you look after your body, you look after your finances, you look after how you are, you go and do stuff, you be charming. You don't have to be wealthy, guys. I'm just saying you be overall rounded well, where you're in that 20% bracket where women are chasing you and you go and get to marry the woman of your dreams and you go and have the children of your dreams and have a family of your dreams. Thanks for watching. Don't die average.